My name is Kavi Arya. I am the principal investigator of the e-Yantra project, which was born here in the Embedded and Real-Time Systems Lab at IIT Bombay. We are very happy now that the e-Yantra's first robotic competition has already begun, and one of the first milestones which we are looking at now is for you to have received the robots, which would have come to you in a box like this, marked e-Yantra, hopefully without any damage, right? So what we have tasked for you in this instructional video is how to open the package and assemble the bot. There's not much to assemble really. This is the Firebird robot which you received, right? This is the Firebird robot which you received, and this, if you like, is a result of 5 years of R&D in the ERTS lab at IIT Bombay, and we feel that this is a reasonably rugged machine now with which we can run a competition like we are doing now. Now, this comes with 3 other accessories. One is a battery which has deliberately been kept separate. This is the battery, and this has a little connector, and we'll show you how to attach the battery in this video. It has a cable, a USB cable, which you shall use to download software from your laptop onto this robot. And it comes with a CD with everything you ever wanted to know about e-Yantra, the Firebird robot, how to program it and how to use it. So the first step is to first unpack your bot and to assemble it, put the battery onto it, connect it to the PC, install the appropriate software. We have a special software which has a GUI on it, with which you can individually check whether the sensors and actuators on the robot are working, right? There are a number of proximity sensors which can sense distance on this robot. There are white line sensors with which you can sense whether the robot is traveling on a white line. These 3 are them. You have 2 motors with which you can actuate and move the robot. You have wheel encoders here with which you can count the number of revolutions that the wheel has done. And there are various aspects like the LCD display and so on. Now, first of all, you have to check whether the robot has reached you in decent condition. That means with everything working, right? So the rest of this instructional video with my colleague here, Saurav Chandelier, who's a project engineer on e-Yantra. Saurav is a bit shy, so I'll ask him to come here on this side so you can at least see his face, because henceforth you'll see only his hand and his voice, right? He will take you through the routine in setting up and checking whether the robot has reached you in good shape. There are 2 very important warnings that I would like to add here, and I hope Saurav actually brings it out in detail. One is the COM port number on which you talk to the robot from the PC. This is very important because often we find that students say, "Sir, it's not working," as though it's the machine's fault. Actually, it is your fault for not having configured things properly. The other thing is, there are 2 black switches here, right? One is a bootloading switch and the other is a reset button, which is here. It is very important the sequence in which you press these buttons. If you press them in the wrong sequence, you can erase the bootloader which is already on the machine, and then there will be another rigmarole to load a new bootloader software on the robot, right? So we shall tell you what is the sequence in which to press the buttons on the bot when you first program the robot, right? So I hope our team will give you the highlights of this thing before they continue with this instructional video, right? We hope that at the end of this, you will be able to take ownership of the robot and be able to start doing the rest of the work, which is to go through the workshop material which will teach you how to program the robot, and then we let you loose on the actual competition itself. So thank you very much. I will hand you over to our team. Thank you, good luck, and Jai Hind.
Okay friends, so now I will tell you how to configure your robot. So first of all, as you have taken out all the kits out of the box, so first step is to connect the battery to the robot. So the battery is connected using this velcro seat at the back of the robot. So just open the velcro seat. Once you have opened this velcro seat, you can put the battery inside this. So make sure that your battery fits in a proper manner. So this is how it is going to be fitted in the slot. This cable should remain at the upper end of the velcro seat. So I will just show you how you can do it. So we will fit the battery in the slot. Okay, so this is how it is going in. Make sure that it gets fit properly in the slot, and then close the velcro neatly. This is here shown that there is a battery connector for the Firebird robot. So you have to connect the battery connector into this connector present on the robot. So make sure that the slot goes properly and don't force it into the slot, otherwise it may break the pins. So once you have fitted this battery, rotate the robot and switch it on. So you can see here that a switch is present. On the board there is word written as AP and BP, which means auxiliary power and battery power. So for auxiliary power means once you can power the bot using a auxiliary cable, external adapter. So keeping it in auxiliary mode you will use that power cable. For here, as we are going to use the battery, we have to switch it on in the battery mode. So you can see that the robot is powered. So with this we have configured the robot. We are in the stage where we are powering the robot properly, and we don't have any other problems with powering the bot. Now next step is to connect the bot with the PC. So for this purpose we have given you a USB cable. So this is the USB cable. Through this we are going to connect the robot with the PC. So through this USB cable we are going to program the robot and use the GUI also. So let's see how we can connect the USB cable. So this cable has two ends. This is the end which will go in the robot. So you can see at the back of the robot a USB slot is present. Okay, so now we can just switch off the bot to save the power. Connect this cable at the back end of your robot. Okay, the USB end will go to the system, to your laptop or your PC, whichever you are using for programming purpose. So connect this cable to the USB port of the laptop. So we have connected the USB cable. Now our next step is to install the bootloader into the system. So open the e-Yantra DVD folder and for installation of AVR bootloader, instructions is already given in e-Yantra tutorial folder. So open the folder and go inside the documentation folder. Inside this folder you will find installing and using bootloader. So all the step-by-step instruction is given here. You can follow each step. You can follow each step for installing the AVR bootloader. So we are not covering it here. I have already installed AVR bootloader in my system. So now the next step is to note the port number of the system. So for checking the port number, you have to go in the start menu, computer, right click on computer, go in manage. Inside the manage you will find device manager. So click on this and you will find ports here, so expand that, and you will find COM3 port number is assigned as COM3. So the robot is connected to your PC and the COM port is assigned to your robot. So the COM port assigned is COM3. So all communication will be done through this communication port. So make sure that this COM port number is less than 8. So that means you can assign any COM port number between 1 to 8. So suppose if your COM port number is greater than 8, so in that case you can go in property, go in port setting, advanced option, and here you can change the COM port number. So you can assign any of these COM port numbers. Okay, it is showing that it is in use, but you can assign it, it won't be any problem. So you can click OK and move on.